Who's it going to be? Who will be in their home state in the first week of the finals? And for GWS, possibly the minor premiership. Away we go, and Hopper and Dangerfield pushing hard at the footy. Selwood in there. Nothing new about that as Selwood burrowing in hard. We'll get a restart. Umpires tonight, Schmidt, Meredith and McInerney. Umpire Meredith does the honours. Half cleared for Dangerfield. He left the footy behind. Ward at the bottom of that pack. Tough one in there to win. Just rolls out Delidio's way now. Shield gets a clean handball. Ward, kick inside 50. First one and good one. Patton marks in front of his immediate opponent in Harry Taylor.
Yeah, and he did a little bit of work early on Harry Taylor there, and that's what gave him the break. It was great body work, that quick kick out just off screen. We missed it there, but he did a bit of work on Taylor early and took a nice mark. This will be a good start for John Patton. Just about one of the best set shots in the competition as a key forward. Look at that, 37-13.
4 goals won when these teams last met in round 15 in that draw for the dream start for GWS. The Giants are away.
It's a beautiful, fluent motion for a key forward, John Patton. I reckon out of all the key forwards in the game at the moment, I reckon I'd give it to him if I needed a goal desperately in a tight situation. He's a beautiful kick.
Yeah, big one-on-one win on Harry Taylor too. Mumford, Smith, this is Hopper, who's a great in and under specialist in there fighting for it. Eventually, Dangerfield sends the Cats inside 50. Hawkins, Davis did really well. Claw had it partially smothered though by Wiley Buzzer. Tomlinson, little fumble. In the end, he's Shaw trying to keep it in Parfitt, one of the 3 inclusions tonight for the Cats, and we'll be pretty happy in the end with that result, the Giants.
Jed Buse has the big match-up on Toby Green. He plays an important role tonight, Toby Green. Jed Buse getting the job.
Close to the boundary line here, Smith and Mumford. Dangerfield was crunched, had the footy, didn't stop him, went again. Selwood, now Menegola. Not a lot of room to operate in. Playing forward more in the latter half of the season. Boots the ball inside 50 and a restart the Cats' way again.
And he's been getting lots of shots at goal, Sam Menegola. Hasn't kicked straight. Kicked 2-3 last week. I think another 2-3 a couple of weeks ago. If he can finish his work, he'll be really valuable for the Cats in finals.
Buzzer did well to compete against the strength of Mumford. Out the back, Scotty Selwood sold a little bit of candy to Shield. Now Parfitt, can he hack that one through? That was a seriously good mark, Richo. It was floating all over the shot.
Yeah, shocking ball to try and mark.
And Haynes has turned it over to Duncan.
And that's what Geelong do so well down here. They just block the exits. You can't transition the ball here very well at Simmons Stadium against Geelong. They play the ground well. They take a lot of these marks, intercept marks, keep it in their forward half.
Having a really big year, Mitch Duncan. You know, Joel Selwood, the captain, out. He's averaging 29 disposals. Really stepped up in the last couple of weeks. That's a beautiful looking kick. Crowd love it. Hawkins is going to shepherd it through. It's a goal apiece here.
Beautiful finish, wasn't it, by Mitch Duncan? 32 disposals the last 2 games he's played either side of that suspension. Back in round 16, a career high 38. So he has stepped up, Richo. When called to step up, he has.
GWS, arm held.
The Giants are starting with a +1 in their defensive half, so they've got the 5-man forward line, the Giants.
So Ward, quick off the mark, then wasn't quite sure where the handball was going to be fed out to, but it's worked out okay. Tomlinson keeps it low, Patton on the lead. This time the fist away. Comes Cameron's way, Green kept it alive magnificently, as has this man No. Cameron ran out of room in the end. And the ball over the line. This was nice work from Toby Green.
He can do it all, Toby Green. He's just about the complete footballer at the moment.
Shane, give that meter.
Mumford, Zach Smith, there's the big mummy. He wanted the co-captain, Callum Ward, tracking it back. Did really well to flick it out. Crowd thought it might have been a throw. Lidio dumped it inside forward 50. Shield picks it up. Devon Smith's kick smothered. Menzel to Hawkins, working up. Couldn't quite get a handle on the footy. Dangerfield threw his body in. Stewart, nice tackle, pressure from the Giants. They've kept it in their forward half of the ground really well.
Yeah, great start to this game, and
thank you.
Reckon Leon Cameron will be happy early with just their intensity around the contest, the Giants. a really good start. They're in the game.
Feels like finals footy, Richo, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, Baz.
It's come a couple of weeks early. We know the stakes are high. Well done by Smith. Quick kick to the middle of the ground. That was perfect. And Hawkins in front. There's the benefit. Marks inside the square. Keeps it low. Tried to get it to Motlop. Didn't get anywhere at all. And now Green on the counter-attack. Look at him go. He loves this situation. He keeps the ball low and kicks the Giants' second of the night.
So that's a big turnover. Kicking into the man and the mark there in the middle of the ground. Geelong players are making position forward of the footy. The wrong man got it in his hands, Toby Green, if you're a Geelong fan. He surveyed the ground in front of him, took the space, and he's composed.
Oh, Mummy had his sights set on Danger there for a moment. Couldn't quite get hold of him. Danger didn't flinch at all. Now out on the commentary wing side, Andrew Mackey. Zach Tui, what a consistent player that man has become. 112th consecutive game tonight, not his best kick. And Nick Haynes back there to a good mark.
It does. There's 13 Giants who haven't touched the footy yet. One of them is Josh Kelly, and still they've got this lead, but they're in a bit of trouble here. Overrunning it, Williams. Hawkins keen to make amends. Handball's back, central location. Parfitt went off the ground. Now Selwood. Selwood. How's that finish?
This is the strength of Tom Hawkins on Phil Davis there, still just being able to get the handball away and spilt to Scotty Selwood, who finished with a goal. Important that Hawkins made up for that turnover before that led to the Toby Green goal.
Goal for goal start to this one. Scotty Selwood, he ducked underneath it, so that's prior opportunity gone, and umpire was absolutely onto it.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, that's a right call by the umpire. Does Scott Selwood, is he running with Shield? Lingy, do you think?
He looks as though he's, I don't know if it's a hard tag, but he's certainly keeping a close eye on him. I'll watch it for another 5 minutes and tell you if it's a hard tag, which
In the meantime, Menegola has intercepted it. Duncan's on the run. This is looking ominous for the Giants here. Motlop stepped his way through. Duncan's going to try and skid it. Is it on line? Which way with a bounce? It's going to get to the left. And getting back there pretty casually, you have to say, Zach Williams, not phased at all.
You know, he actually did that perfectly. He didn't want to make it look like he rushed the ball over, so he waited till it was right there. That was composed. That was good play by Williams. Didn't want to rush it over, waited till it was nearly there. The umpire couldn't pay it.
Patton going across the goals here, always dangerous, but no problem with that kick. Plenty of depth on it, and Tomlinson, become a fine defender, often gets the second tall, along with this man, Aidan Corr. Chips it short. And there's the trio of tall defenders. Davis. Now Williams, after that good work back on the line. He kicks out wide. Mumford went high. No mark, no touch, and no free kick. Hughes just mopping up behind. Kicks to the middle of the ground, and Mackey's got it, and he might have 50 here. No.
Stevie J turned around to argue before it had even been paid. I think it was a guilty conscience. The advantage is paid to Duncan. Can he hit the man on the lead? Tom Hawkins. And he got caught on the hop there, Phil Davis, and Hawkins can go back and kick his first goal of the night.
Yeah, not much Phil Davis could do there. Took the advantage beautifully, Mitch Duncan. See that there? The free kick was paid. Duncan, good advantage taken. Nice kick. And he started really well, Mitch Duncan. He has had 5 touches, as has Dangerfield.
Kicked 45 goals plus in each of the last 6 seasons, Tom Hawkins. Missed a couple of weeks with suspension. And for back-to-back goals for the Cats, can he get it bending? No, just to the near side.
46-25 for the season now.
Another opportunity here for the Giants. Can they get through? Haven't been able to once yet.
So Wilson goes to himself and then flirted with going right down the middle. Instead, just a little right to left on it. Duncan, who's in everything at the moment, got the handball forward to Selwood. Nearly lost it behind his back. He's gang tackled by the Giants, and it'll come up again.
That's a good result for the Giants off the kick in. Forced it into a stoppage situation now.
Cats by 2 points. Lob and buzzer, and it's going Lob's way.
Yeah, that's the inexperienced ruckman there in buzzer. Zach Smith having a rest and buzzer giving the free away.
Rory lob, 207-centimetre. Ruckman couldn't quite hit Patton on the lead. Menengola in the buzzer direction. Scully came and attacked the body hard. Shield taken off it. Kolajasny wrapped up by Patton. Through came Menengola again, almost threw it out to Harry Taylor. Slick handball though back to Kolajasny. This is Guthrie working well in a confined space, and again Hawkins. He's got Phil Davis on the lead up a couple of times. Play on's the call, squeezing it down the line, Parfitt. He worked out really well, Richo.
He looks fresh, Tom Hawkins. Obviously had a bit of a rest, an enforced rest.
Parfitt short to Motlop. And they won't be over impressed with the lack of defensive pressure there, the Giants, albeit they've forced them wide, but Stevie Motlop almost relishes this situation.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, Geelong have taken the advantage in the contest.
You can imagine him sitting here at training, just mucking around, popping these through without too many problems. That one not quite where he wanted it to go and just snuck through for a point.
So fast start by GWS, but the home team have steadied and they now lead by 3 points. Wilson short, goes wide. Shaw. His first disposal for the night. High leaping marker was Stewart. Terrific, read it well. Forms a wall across half-back. That was really well done. Getting there quickly was Cameron. And gives away the free kick in the end. Well, it was an excellent spoil, but then below the knees. And Stewart, after taking that high mark a few moments ago, wins the free kick into the middle of the ground. Menegola, quickly a long one. Menzel at the back, had his name on it. Couldn't quite hang on. Now Motlop, good tackle. Davis holds him up. And the ball will come up again.
There's a Menzel effort there. You guys have mentioned it already. Geelong really well set in defence. Lonergan, Stewart, Hughes, Mackie, all just building a wall at the moment.
Lob, he dumps into the dangerous position. And as Lingy said, they have got this real build-up, Richo, and Menengola's going to get an opportunity to score.
Yeah, and this is the biggest challenge in the game for the Giants tonight. Their transition from their back half of the ground. And they haven't been able to do it once yet. Duncan's intercept marked. Stewart's intercept marked. Now Menegola.
He was a rookie listed player at Hawthorn and Freo. Didn't crack it for a game at either side. He's now a permanent fixture in this Geelong team, and he kicks his first goal, Menegola.
There's the turnover there, the hack kick out of the stoppage, and that's twice now that goals have been kicked from an intercept in their forward half of the ground. Duncan and Menegola.
Sam Menegola, his 27th goal for the season for number 27. And as Lingy said, when he kicks goals, he is very, very dangerous. Involved here again. Good tackle on Ward. Really worried him out of it. Parsons, Dangerfield feeds the ball back. Smith, Motlop, all the big names, all the runners involved. Dangerfield to Menzel. This is superb football to watch at the moment. The Cats, he wants to go long, Menzel. High ball. Hawkins, he's got the sit. He ran under the ball a little. Not dead yet. Haynes got the ball across to Whitfield. Davis, good run to support. Wide ball. How does the umpire see that one? Throw it in, he says. Well, they're on here. Geelong, ferocious. Their appetite to run and support and carry for each other, just superb.
Yeah, under siege at the moment, the Giants. Really need to win some clearances and get it the other way. Mumford in front. Footy won't be coming out.
What did Hawkins do wrong last time down there, Richo? That long kick. He looked like he was ready to leap at it. Maybe it had a bit much on it.
Yeah, just slightly mistimed his jump. He was in a good position with the ball coming in.
Josh Kelly had it taken out from under his arms. Menegola gets it forward, overrunning it. He's sure. Really have been under enormous pressure in that part of the ground, the Giants. Devon Smith went back with a flight. Tui did well. Well tackled Toby Green. In fact, the advantage has been paid. Scully out the back. The general John Patton worked. Harry Taylor under it. No.
Tunnel, Geelong.
Oh, gee.
So
Tunnel, Geelong.
interesting free kick now. Let's have a look. It's the old basketball. Wow.
That's not a tunnel.
Jesus.
I don't think that's a tunnel. You're allowed to use your body in a marking contest, and the ball was right there.
Pretty sure that's play on, isn't it? So a bad call, doesn't matter, play goes on. Dangerfield being held. Parfitt at the back. Dangerfield comes again, ran into Davis. Motlop taken head on. The ball will come up again. It's interesting. He got into him a little bit, but there was no forceful action.
No, that is a key forward using his body in a mark. The ball was right there. No, that's just a mistake. That's not a tunnel.
Smith and Mumford doing the work here. Menegola at his feet, trying to give it to Guthrie, did so. Kolodjasny's got Duncan. Duncan playing really well. Kept it low, and look at Hawkins. Oh, this is superb stuff from the Cats.
He looks on, Tom Hawkins. He's as fresh as a daisy. And he is getting the better of Phil Davis early. He just uses his body so well here. He's a strong man. He just held Davis off. And he knew exactly when to fall into that chest mark. G does that well. Gee, did that pop out and hit the ground? Anyway, it's been paid.
So his first game back since he was suspended against Sydney in round 20. 9 goals in the last 2 games prior to that suspension. Kicking for his first here. It draws back. Cats looking good.
Did that pop out and hit the ground? Just as we have a look at this here, Tom Hawkins. Yeah, I think it may have. It's hard for the umpire to see. He was probably the other side of that. But anyway, Hawkins has kicked the goal and he looks really good.
3 goals in a row now to the Cats. Can the Giants get one their way? Lob hasn't quite summed that up well. Patton wanted the lead and he just picked out Harry Taylor.
So just see how easy that came out of Geelong's defence. They need to be able to put a bit more pressure on the Giants. The Cats down the other end are doing it really well.
It's a real contrast, isn't it? They just waltz out of defence here, the Cats. Hawkins, he's right on at the moment. He gets an arm chop free kick as well.
He's getting up the ground, isn't he?
Really big work rate, Richo, tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 marks inside 50, Das. Already to Geelong. They're under siege, the Giants' defence.
Dangerfield's forward. He's waving his arms around saying, just got to get it near me, I'll do the rest. Can he keep it in? Not quite.
The way Tom Hawkins is playing at the moment, it's similar to that game he played a few weeks back against Carlton when he was on Liam Jones, got up the ground, really lost his opponent a bit, worked back hard and then got him on the lead again. He's doing that to Phil Davis. Davis has got to go with him.
Dangerfield up to 8 touches, make it 9. He hooks it around, stays inside the field of play. Whitfield ran into Parsons, just got it away. Tomlinson goes wide, terrific kick and Shaw marks. Now, player breaking for him, Scully. Didn't get it there quickly enough, so they're hemmed in again here. Tomlinson with a run in support of Haynes. Down the line, Stewart, well done. Sat up on Cameron's back and knocks it over the line. What a find he's been.
Yeah, coming from the local competition down here, Tom Stewart. I think he was recommended by Matty Scarlett. Is that right, Klingy?
That is right, Richo. Yeah, played a couple of years at South Bowen and Scarlo knew him from when Scarlo was coaching there and said, get down to the VFL and test yourself there. And then as soon as he had some good years in the VFL and played some great footy, I think Scarlo might have got in the recruiter's office and said, I reckon this bloke's half a chance to make it at an AFL level, and he's had a wonderful year.
Yeah, it's great stuff, isn't it, Lingy? He was picked 40 in last year's draft, came second in the VFL Best and Fairest last year. And Matty Scarlett, one of the all-time great players, all-time great defenders. That man there on screen, could he play? Richo, you would have spent a bit of time tackling Scarlo.
Yeah, not only a great defender, but when he got the footy, he used it well and just set Geelong up from the back line. A beautiful user of the football, smart player.
6 minutes remaining in the first quarter, but you feel like the next goal in this game has got a lot of meaning on it. Callum Ward, that's a good ball. Delidio's a chance from here. He's normally a powerful kick. He caresses this one, and Delidio gets an important goal. His first of the night.
He summed this up well, Brett Delidio. Took the mark and he knew he had space there. Beautiful finish.
And that's what he can do, Richo, but that's what the Giants can do as well. They've had a quiet 5 or so minutes, but very quickly they can hit the scoreboard with efficiency, and it's back to 9 points.
Well, both teams look really dangerous when they go forward. The efficiency of both teams. The Giants have only had 7 entries but kicked 3 goals, and the Cats have had 7 shots from 10 entries, so efficient once they get it in there.
Hopper quickly. Tough one here. Well done, Buse. Menegola running hard, Buse. That's where they've looked terrific, and the kick to Menzel was absolutely perfect. He did not break stride.
That is as good a kick as you see. from Jed Hughes.
It was brilliant here by Jed Hughes, you're right, but let's just watch the kick off the boot. I think
15
as
gone.
good as it ended up, we didn't quite see it through there. I think it might have been a little bit of a floater from
You saying it was an accident, Lingy?
Oh, well, it had an interesting spin on it, but it ended up in the right spot.
Oh, you claim it, Lingy.
Every time.
Killjoy, Lingy, killjoy. Menzel directly in front. It's his 20th of the season from set shots. A beauty.
Daniel Menzel, Lingy out of contract at the end of the year. Do you see him having a future at Geelong next year?
I do, yes, Darcy. I think come the end of the year, they'll sort that one out. I think he wants a longer-term contract. I think the club probably just wary of his body a little bit, but I reckon the two parties, they'll work it out in the end.
For knee reconstructions, just an amazing effort that man is out there and playing as well as he is.
Thanks, boys.
Daniel Menzel, you would hope that would be worked out.
We talk about Brett Toledo being frustrated. Imagine going through what Daniel Menzel went through. Great resilience.
Contact, Geelong. The way in. Geelong, yours.
Oh, that really hurts the Giants. It was a free kick that was there, the umpire in the right spot, running hard and collecting
Stay clear, play on.
his 10th disposal there. Dangerfield, he had Murdoch in mind, slapped away dangerously by Phil Davis. Picked up by Scully. Now Kelly. A little quiet in the first quarter to Green. Callum Ward's got to work hard. That's a beautiful mark.
GWS.
A crucial mark, because if he didn't mark that, Dangerfield was going to mop that up.
Was a ripper. Now Shield, interesting fly from behind on top of Selwood, the ball over the line. Tell you what, Lingy, Menegola loves playing against GWS. He had an equal career high 33 last time they played. He's up to 11 already here in the opening term.
Yeah, he's been superb and kicked the one goal as well. The GWS midfield are just getting badly beaten. Josh Kelly needs to get his hands on it. Same with Ward and also Shield.
On cue, twice Lingy, then to Ward. Now Cornelio, also a slow starter. Johnson, Smith, tried to squeeze it low. Well done, Henderson. Smith comes again. Cornelio was the man he was trying to find. He couldn't get it out of there.
And on the other side, Menegola's had the 11, as you said. Dangerfield 10, Duncan 7. That looked better from the Giants, but just couldn't quite find the gap there, Dev Smith.
3.5 remaining in the first quarter. They really need just to hold the footy in, and that
Tackle Geelong.
just really kills you.
Careless tonight, haven't they?
Definite free kick there against Big Mummy. As Richo's pointed out a couple of times, the Cats just waltz it out of their defence. Whereas the other end, it's been almost impossible to get it out for GWS. Here's Harry Taylor. Looking for and finding College As, and he was offhand to the umpire, and now here they come charging through. Henderson streaming at him, buzzer. Oh, he dropped the sit of the big man. Tomlinson picked it up, managed to get rid of it, picked up by Henderson. Coughed the handball up to Shield. He's sure, and now they might get it out via Wilson.
So Wilson down the line as the train goes by. Lobb takes the mark. Down the line he kicks. Johnson might keep going here. Stewart mans the mark. Mumford came in case Stevie J wanted to run on. Not a great kick, but it got to where it needed to go. Ward just pops it over the top. Green's got it in a kickable position for him.
So Toby Green can kick his second goal. And you would say they've been outplayed in this first quarter, but if Green kicks this and they get into quarter time and they're only 9 points down, I reckon that's a pretty good result for the Giants. A lot to work on, a lot of players to get into the game.
Bit of everything from Toby Green this year. 2 suspensions, 4 weeks in total. He's kicked a goal already. This one never really online, a behind only. So it's a 14-point ball game with a tick under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, you look at some of the midfielders that haven't touched the ball. Hopper's only had 1. Scully's only had a couple. Steve Cornelio's only had 3. So
Bring the ball in now, please.
there's upside there.
Good look at what Zach Tui's trying to accomplish here from the kick in.
Play on.
Had Dangerfield in his sights, and why wouldn't you get it anywhere near that man? He wins the footy. Blitzarves, his welcome inclusion. Selwood just missed the target via hand.
I mentioned before, as part of that GWS midfield, Callan Ward needing to find the footy. That's a little bit harsh. He's had 12 disposals. The other midfielders are struggling a little bit, but Cal Ward for the Giants has been terrific, as he always is and has been all year. He's that one Giants midfielder who's having a win at the moment.
Interesting here, Mummy doing the ruck work. Mumford hasn't had a disposal yet for the entire quarter. That man, on the other hand, getting a lot of it, and Smith really working off Mumford well. Gave it to Blitzarves. Long ball down the line. Hawkins went early. Might have copped it in the face and certainly gave away the free kick.
He didn't get near it.
To Davis. Well, he did get near it, actually, because it hit him in the head.
Hold!
And that is pretty close to the footy.
It's nearly falconed it.
So Cameron, Kelly growing into this game, and here's Mummy for his first disposal. Back to Shield, down the line. Ward pushed off it by Stewart, and it was a pretty handy push as well. Henderson read it well and marked.
They lost their shape there.
Well done, Toby Green, though. He's chopped it off. There's a good chance here. Scully's handball a little high. Green's a bit sore behind play at the moment. Canelio gang tackled by the Cats, and he's writhing in pain, Toby Green. He looks in real pain. So let's have a look. Oh, you just see.
No, he's really hurt on the ground. They're going to have to stop the play here.
Take your time, guys. Get it right.
Well, you hate to speculate, but that's got ribs all over it, hasn't it?
Oh, he's in a lot of pain.
He's a tough customer, Toby Green. Superstar player. He's the best medium forward in the game. And that is a knee to the ribs.
And that's what you've got to admire about our players in this game. You go back with the flight of the ball like that with your arms in the air. You just open yourself up. Good to see him looking like he might be all right.
Yeah, great effort, Toby Green. Little fumble there from Colajazny. Not out of play, and now he's got an issue.
The ball.
He's got a real issue.
Scully! It's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
So Kelly's free kick, less than 15 seconds on the clock, and they take a mark. Ball in there quickly. Dangerfield was taken high, and that might end the pressure for Geelong. What a great opening term it's been. Terrific footy. And the Cats and their main man playing really well. Toby Green feeling it. Dangerfield with 13. Menegola with 11. 5-3-33 in the opening term, the Cats. Geelong, GWS rather, 3-1-19. It's Geelong at home by 14 points.
The ground. He's starting this quarter on the bench, trying to suck in the deep breaths, but he's doing everything he can, amazingly, to keep playing in this game. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it'd be a body blow for the Giants if Toby Green can take no further part in the game. We'll follow that with interest. They need to respond here. Callum Ward being their best player so far. Devon Smith under pressure. The Cats have been unbelievable so far. Haynes, look at this, everything under pressure. Meningola's been incredible. On his best kick, though, Core, fumble, Motlop, socketed it again. Can he keep it in? Slapped it back cleverly to Hawkins. Wrapped up by Davis. He's hard to tackle, Hawkins.
Holding the ball, advantage.
And on that occasion, they got him. They're away here, the Giants.
Wilson got it back from Shield and goes with a half torpedo, which worked amazingly, and Patton marked just forward of the wing. Nothing obvious to go to. A lot of indecision coming forward. Canelio keeps it low, and that's a very good mark by Lockie Whitfield.
Indecision because of the beautiful setup that Geelong get behind the footy. Tom Lonigan, Lockie Henderson, they just get in the way.
Speaking of Lonigan, Richard, what a classy
that
was to go up and inquire, having been through it and knowing all about it. Canelio's ball inside 50, Buse, lob. Menegola knocked over, but still got his handball away to Henderson, and Duncan, who's playing so well. And look at the kick from Parsons. Now Mackie. Geelong continuing to run from deep in defence. Kick for Parfitt. Haynes did well, but not quite well enough. Dangerfield, Parfitt, Motlop. Look at the run through the middle of the ground, and Smith marks. That is as good as it gets.
Beautiful transition by the Geelong team. And that's the difference in the game at the moment. The Giants broke from half-back before. Let's have a look at this here against Shane Mumford, a clash of heads. On Meningola, he looks okay. But Geelong's transition is just better than the Giants. Zach Smith can convert from a defensive 50.
This will be his 6th disposal tonight. Big Mummy's had just one. He's clearly won the battle of the two big men, but the kick just lets him down there in a behind. deserved a better finish after that build-up, and now Sam Menegola disappears down the race.
Yeah, that was the club doctor with him there. He'll go down and go through all the concussion testing after that clash with Shane Mumford.
There is the big mummy, AD, to get a bit more out of him. Did a bit of damage there before the head clash on Menegola, but such an important part of this side and their chance to go deep into the finals. Shane Mumford, former Geelong teammate of Lingy's, of course. Here's Callum Ward finding a lot of the footy. Patting the one-on-one, kicked the first goal of the game. Harry Taylor in front on that occasion. Tracking it to Lidio. Lonigan goes to ground, then coughed it up. Devon Smith flicked it out to Lob. He can have a flying shot from there. Can he bend it back? Not a bad attempt, just narrow. So the Giants still searching for their fourth goal, margin back to 14 points.
So Henderson to do the kicking in here. He's had it a while. That's his view down the ground. A long one. Members side. See Dangerfield. What a good mark. Disposal number 15. Didn't look like he was in the contest. And now Lonigan's away. Keeps it short. And Hawkins, who's running hard to get the footy.
Yeah, their ball movement is just better than the Giants. Their link up is better.
Move on, play on.
A call to go by the umpire. Nothing obvious. Davis manned the mark well. He comes inboard to Stewart. And this is where they've been able to set it up. Off half back. Quick rebound. A little more stagnant this time. Dangerfield in the middle of it. Shaw came hard. Cornelio got it to Deledio. Now Smith sweeps the handball wide. Shield did well. Got away from Stewart. Just enough on the handball. Cornelio, was he taken high by Dangerfield? Yes.
Got him round the head. Got him round the head. Yeah. Thanks, Paddy.
Let's have a look at the free kick here against Danger. Just slipped high, I reckon, that last motion, but I admire the defensive pressure that Danger was desperate to put on. And that's where the Cats are so hard to penetrate. They really organised themselves well. Was Patton had his arm held. Mackie gets back and clever enough to get that over for boundary throwing.
This is a real opportunity now. So we have a look at Toby Green on the bench. Hasn't been back on the ground yet.
He got this done at quarter time. Strapping, padding there on those ribs on the left-hand side. He's keen to get back out there. He's pacing up and down the boundary line.
Yeah, thanks for that update, Lingy. As Shield flicks it back now. Chance for Zach Williams. He couldn't get it online. And so Toby Green just pacing up and down, desperate to get back out there, as Lingy said.
As dominant as Geelong have been, their lead's only 13 points, so that is the really pleasing thing from them. Duncan just got it away to Tui. Loves to run the Irishman. He's had one bounce, goes sideways, wasn't quite sure where to go. Core took it in the hands. Needed to as well, Whitfield. Now Kelly getting into this game. Mumford, they're trying to get him into the game, but he's given it away to Duncan. Lonigan, Smith. Handball for Tui. Mackie again, superb. The ball use quite brilliant. Motlop, can he get away from Kelly? Just got him, held him up. Parfitt keeps moving. Cat's still dangerous here. Mackie on the knee, like he was playing a cover drive. Gives it to Stewart. Cornelio worried him. Did he worry him enough? Just enough. Just enough pressure on the kick.
And the pressure, the fingernail, was enough to force this kick to the left there. If he didn't get that pressure on, that would have been a goal. Saved a goal.
Yes, Tom, hold.
Just to worry on that last kick in, how they let Zach Tui follow up and get the handball received down the middle of the ground.
Oh, touch play on, offhand. Stewart, little clever left-footed buzzer. So under more pressure now, the Giants. And the big man, Wiley Buzzer, as Toby Green comes back out onto the arena. That is the positive for GWS. But Wiley Buzzer, just his sixth game. Career high 14 touches last week versus the Pies. And they're looking for career goal number 5. Let's get a look at the kicking action here. A big left footer, and he struck it beautifully. Wiley Buzzer kicks his first.
So there's that intercept again. They've done that a number of times tonight. It's one of the big differences in the game.
Richard, do you think Buzzer's gone past Stanley as the second tall option?
Yeah, I do. I think looks like he's secured that spot.
Lob, Ward, Cornelio was trying to thread it through. Menegola, he's back out there. Green's back out there. That's terrific. Lob, gave it to Cornelio. Trying to get something going outnumbered here. Well done, Cameron. Here is Green. Great courage just to be out there. Deledio taken high. No. Okay, Shield got his kick away. Stewart, Johnson, Lonigan. Oh, it's a hard footy. Blitzarves moves it quickly. Parfitt did well. Clever sidestep. Kick to the wing.
One-on-one contest. Tomlinson front and centre. Menzel. Core gives pursuit. Awkward footy to pick up here. Murdoch did it really well initially. But Tomlinson through to Kelly. Can they get him on the rebound here? Canelio, the tackle pressure from the Cats. That was Parfitt. He's just outstanding tonight. Wow.
They're not letting him have any time and space.
That's James Parsons going off Lingy. Did you get an eye on that?
Yeah, just involved in that last contest, hobbling the boundary. I'll have an update for you in a second, Das.
In the meantime, back on the wing. Trying to find a way through as James Parsons makes his way down past Lingy down there. Looks pretty sore.
Here it is, just after he disposed of the footy, you can see his right foot just get caught under the tackler a little bit there. The Docs will check him out now.
Shield gets it moving for GWS. 12 disposals for him. He's been their most effective midfielder along with Callan Ward. And, well, the week before finals, and this is not what either side wants, but it shows how hard they're going at it here. No let up at all. Playing for a top 2 finish, and GWS possibly the minor premiership. Dangerfield.
High! Geelong!
He's taken high, the champ. Parsons just limping around the boundary line now, it would seem. He's got a way to go yet before he gets down the race.
He's a machine. He's had 12 contested possessions already, Dangerfield, and that's the most ever in a season, past Josh Kennedy in 2012.
Smith got it from Green. Mumford. Green running well now, and he might get on the end of this again, although it's Kelly who's got the footy. Canelio back to Smith. Left foot, hooking it around. It's a good effort, but not quite coming around enough. 19 points is the spread. GWS have just steadied here a little bit. Last 5 minutes or so has been better. They've maintained it, but they are under pressure.
He's had 374 contested possessions this year now. Patrick Dangerfield, the most ever in a season.
Nice hands from Guthrie from the kick in.
Oh, Jeremy.
So Harry Taylor playing in defence for the night. Has had John Patton for most of it. Back to Guthrie, and again, it's the tale of two sides there, isn't it? They work their way
GWS advantage!
out initially. Okay, now Stevie J. This is young Jacob Hopper. He's got Cameron on the lead. Oh, well done the Ruckman Smith. Timely fingernail onto the foot. He picked it up well too. The big man pirouetted out of the green tackle, up the middle of the ground. And they love it here at Simmons Stadium.
Playing inspired footy, does the big ruckman. Mackey and Motlop away through the middle. Davis doing the chasing. It was a fair chase by the key defender. Still a good kick. Dangerfield runs onto it. Pushes off Core and might be holding the ball. Good call by the umpire.
Big tackle. Big tackle from Core. Danger tried to don't argue.
Shaw, meantime, from the back pocket. Murdoch, best position. Read it well, drifted in and takes the mark.
Stay out, Toby.
So Murdoch now sends it down the line. Buzzer, and he's claimed the mark. Wally Buzzer.
That mark from Murdoch down the line, that's the 7th intercept mark from Geelong. The Giants have only 2 so far. And that is huge because it just gives them repeat entries, puts the Giants' defence under the pump. And Buzzer there takes a contested mark, but thank Murdoch for that with the intercept down the line.
So a big moment for Wiley Buzzer.
Move it on.
198 centimetre, 102 kilo big man. Just in his 6th game of AFL football, he was lining up for his 2nd goal in a row, and that was the end result.
He's Shaw. He's Shaw.
Chris Scott watching on. Keith Shaw now.
Play on.
Unlike Geelong, they haven't been able to get any run out of defence. It's all been like this. What a great mark by Lobb. That's one way to be able to beat being locked in. And there's a player down here for GWS. It's Patton. And this doesn't look good.
Bring the mark this way. Lucky, we'll bring the mark this
Tiny little bit of sympathy from the umpire, saying just move the mark sideways and keep going. It was his own man, it was Mumford. So Mumford's knee into the ribs of Jonathan Patton, and Mummy not having an influence, and GWS don't want him having an influence like that. Shield down the line, Lonergan, and his name all over it.
That's 8-2 now.
Back to Tui. And he just takes a bounce, sizes up the middle of the ground. He's got options out wide. He still wants to go through the corridor, Zach Tui, and look at the intent. So that's where I'm going to kick it regardless, over the top. Mark not taken by Murdoch. Can they get them on the rebound here? Stevie J's been quiet. Flicks it to Scully. Another giant down behind play. They're getting beaten up at the moment. Cameron comes in and on the second attempt takes a very important mark.
And it was another knee that's from Jordan Murdoch in that marking contest there that copped him in the ribs. I don't know who the player is. We can't yet work it out.
I reckon that might be Jacob Hopper, is it?
Yeah,
it is.
Going back with a flight, another knee into those open ribs. Oh, that would have hurt as well, and he's still down with the doctors and trainers. Toby Green, of course, in the first quarter, the exact same thing. In a lot of pain, Jacob Hopper.
It's an epidemic. The rib injuries at the moment for the Giants. Can Jeremy Cameron ease the pain? As he just snuck it home, he has.
So that's Jonathan Patton's injury there. Lobbed the big mark at the back, but it was the knee of Mumford, and then that one, Murdoch. Hard one into Hopper. It's been like a casualty ward here. Shield, terrific tackle, Selwood. Guthrie there as well, through the legs of Williams. Now Parfitt over the footy. Not sure about the disposal there. Ward quickly gets it moving. Playing better here. Johnson now. Stewart, well done. Reached around. Buse taken head on by Smith. Ball was released. Selwood, Whitfield. Selwood got his kick away. That was very clever. Core, one hand. Also did well to get his kick away. Murdoch took it through the air, gave it to Guthrie. Now out wide, the run of Kolajasny. Moves the ball inside 50. Well, actually, never stayed inside 50. Had a little bit too much on it, and over and out on the full. 13 points, men down everywhere, and the game tightening up.
So another knee to the upper body of a Giant. It's just uncanny what's happening out there at the moment. They saw the Giants.
Look, they're hanging in there. They're in the contest. It's just Geelong's efficiency and ball movement that's got them the lead. But the Giants aren't going away, and they're hanging in the contest, Baz.
It's only 13 points, Richard. It feels like they're 4 or 5 goals in front of the Cats.
Good sign to see Toby Green moving well. Short one is okay to Dylan Shield. An outstanding season. Whitfield, a few of the names that Lee mentioned, we really need to get more out of. Patton comes in from the side. Good claim on the mark. Devon Smith. Good tackle from the big ruckman.
Oh, he'll be annoyed there, John Patton. He had an uninterrupted jump at the footy. Got 2 hands on it. He'd normally pluck that, Johnny Patton.
Signs good, though, for GWS. Playing much better. Mumford just had a bit too much on it, and Stewart read it well. Hawkins marks. Playing really well, the big tomahawk.
He's given him that outlet a few times tonight, Hawkins. Really important for his half-backs to have him present there, and he's done it well.
It's disposal number 8. Kolajasny had it knocked away by Williams, but 13 points. I reckon right now Leon Cameron would be wrapped with this position, given what's transpired over the opening half.
Yeah, because you see that there. They're in the contest, in the contested possession and clearances. They're actually in front in the clearances. It's just Geelong's ability to hold on to it better when they do win it. Their kicking efficiency and ball movement. That's the difference.
Fell at the back from Motlop. Got it to Scott Selwood. Now Blitzarves to the run of Jed Buse. Nice build up from the Cats. He's sure got into good position. Haynes fell over. Parfitt didn't. Menegolas had an enormous first half of this game. Back to Scotty Selwood. Back to Blitzarves. Hung in the air too long from Motlop. Hopper got the ball covered. Now Delidio. Moving well, Brett Delidio. Kick looking for Green. He's got to beat a couple. Beautifully done, Toby Green. Little sleight of hand. Got it back to Lobb. Kick into the corridor, and he finds Scully. Couldn't complete the mark.
To number 9, Smith playing a big game. Couldn't stop Kelly. Kelly drops it short, and Patton marks. And the Giants are charging back into this game.
The kick from Deledio into space to Toby Green, but it was Toby Green's lateral movement that got him free of the footy there. And
15 gone.
that's a smart little kick there to the lead of Patton.
Oh, the courage of Green. We've said it a number of times. He had to negotiate a tricky situation, feel for the contact as well. Clearly can't be feeling at his best. Patton for his second tonight. It's a bad kick. Really bad effort from there after all of the build-up and the fight to get back into this position. Back to a 12-point ball game with a miss.
Yeah, those marks inside 50 are not going to be easy to take against this Geelong defence, and that's a big miss for Patton. He's normally a good kick at goal, and they have to take those chances tonight.
Lonergan from behind, in front Dangerfield. He's had it 16 times, Danger. It's up nicely by Buse. Mackie. A little move on Deledio, and that was a clever kick in the end. Davis. Kolajasny worried him out of it. And a boundary throw-in.
Strange situation, isn't it? It's hard to know really who will be most pleased at half-time. Geelong have thrown everything at the Giants, and they lead by only 2 goals, and it probably should be less than that. The Giants way below their best, but they've worked their way back into it. At times, Geelong have been way on top.
Geelong have just thrown Harry Taylor back. I think with that reason, they're just worried that the Giants might be able to snag another goal or two late in this second quarter. So Harry Taylor has just drifted back as a loose man now. I know he's been playing predominantly on Jonathan Patton, but playing as a loose man now.
Right now, Lingy, they look the more likely team to put a major on the board. Well done. It was good again from Smith, who has had a real impact on this game. 7 disposals.
Sorry, Zach.
Yeah, he's been good, Baz. Big Mummy's only had the 3, so low inside 50 count tonight, only 20 for each team, so it just reinforces the fact you have to take your chances tonight.
Well done, Kelly. Dumped the kick forward. Couldn't quite be completed by Cameron. Now Harry Taylor flicked the handball out in front of himself. Patton's tracked it nicely. Clever handball back to Cameron, who just burst his way through a Stewart tackle. You're going to get another look at inside 50 where they're going to, and then Scully fell over. Blitzars picks it up. Parfitt have really been strong through half-back. They've been able to find their ways through. Pressures increased, though, from the Giants. Up and under style kick. Davis, Hawkins, and neither could complete the mark.
Well, right now, if they were playing next week, or as it turns out the week after that, it'd be almost impossible to select a winner. I'm not sure that we're getting a clear line on either of these two sides, other than to say that they're both very good, hardened teams now. Wilson, Selwood got him, ball's in there, comes out the back. Ward, high ball towards the 50. Green, there's a whistle.
Against Devon Smith in the marking contest.
And that free kick just eases a little of the pressure again.
They're doing this better, though, the Giants now. They're forcing Geelong down the line. They've slowed their ball movement. And they win it back. So that's a win. This has been the big improvement.
Yeah, they're on top at the moment, the Giants. They'd love another goal here before half-time. Just to close the margin. Beautiful hands from Cameron. Nice lead up on Lonergan. Back to Deledio. Clever ball to Devon Smith, and he takes the mark. So they will get a good chance here.
Deledio getting involved. It's been good in the last 5 minutes. That ball used to Cameron
1 metre
was sensational. Then he followed it up. That one there, not quite as good on the left, but found the target.
1 metre, Devon. Thank you.
He's a Geelong boy, originally Devon Smith from Lara. Too far down the road. He's missed 16 games in the last 2 seasons with knee injuries, but looks fit heading into the finals. Big moment in this game. I like the kick off the boot. And wow, just dropped on its trajectory. Just thought he had the journey covered from there. Devon Smith off hands. And we're back to an 11-point ball game.
Stewart doesn't waste any time, drives the ball. Menzel up and takes a good mark. He's done some clever things, Menzel. Guthrie. Right boots, long hair. Impossible to miss. Long ball down the line. Wilson got a fist in there. Lob. Parfitt. Tackled by Lob. Nearly holding the ball there, and Smith just sees the ball over the line. So 2:38 to play. Geelong by 11 points. What a fascinating first half of football this has been.
Yeah, the Cats haven't had an inside 50 now for 7 minutes. So they've just held them up a lot better, the Giants.
Murdoch's hands were good to Selwood. Menangola took a bit of time, and then an awkward footy for both forwards and defenders. The Giants with Tomlinson now to Davis. Hawkins giving chase. He's going to take him on Phil Davis. Kick out in the Wilson direction. It was a pretty good one in the end. Always likes to take the game on as Nathan Wilson. Back to Cornelio. That's a good ball through the corridor. It opens up for Ward. The run provided by Shield. Cameron on the leads out. There's a man free. Toby Green this side. He's going to come out the other side. The hard run provided by Scully. Can he pick it up? Green in board. They should get a goal from here. Toby Green has kicked the goal. Well done, GWS.
This is the swing in the game. They've stifled the Cats the last 7 or 8 minutes, and we haven't seen much of this tonight. Clean ball use from one end of the ground to the other, and it resulted in a green goal. Giants getting going.
Here's Ward now, out of the middle. They trail by only 5 points. They could be in front at half-time. Taylor paid the mark. Juggled it. Green thought he got a finger on it. Umpire said no. So Henderson running away from defensive 50. Good mark taken by Selwood.
Just a light bit of rain falling too, so the ball is getting a touch slippery. Could impact the second half. It's not too heavy, but a little bit of rain.
Here's Murdoch towards the 50. Oh, not taking the mark. He did all the good work, Hawkins, on Davis. Still comes out the back for Selwood. Little fumble from Henderson. Good sidestep. Kick inside 50. Dangerous position. Menzel. Did he keep it in? He kept it in. But couldn't kick the goal.
Gee, that would have been a goal.
6 points.
Dan Menzel kept it in.
We saw that called as a tunnel in the opening term.
Yeah, against Johnny Pat. That's just good use of the body. Tommy Hawkins would be flat. He didn't mark that.
Zach Williams, awkward floating sort of kick to mark. As Lingy said, a bit of light rain falling. Wiley Buzzer drives a left foot kick inside 50. Haynes. They're hard to mark at the moment. Good pressure. Look away handball from Danger was good. Motlop with it, don't argue. Got past Callum Ward. Now Duncan. He's got a target out wide. And Zach Smith says, it's free. I'll take it on. And he floats it into the post. It was a horrendous looking kick. Chris Scott can't believe it. He's going to go down with 25 seconds. And the margin 7 points.
Yeah, nothing against Ruckman, but probably the last player.
To say it, Richo?
No, I won't say it.
Well, the way this game has been played in this second term, there's time for another goal. Certainly for GWS at the other end. And on the counter, we know how dangerous the Cats are. Here we go. Dangerfield got it from Parfitt. Inside 50. Kelly, we saw his courage last week. Hawkins, Blitzarves, trying to tie it up. Hawkins comes again. Menegola missed it. Selwood, did he duck the head? Umpire must have thought so. No whistle, and now the siren. What a game we've got. Stakes so high, playing for a spot in the top 2 to cement that spot and finish with a home state final. Where exactly that is for Geelong, we're not sure. If they finish up second, and GWS, well, they can finish first or second, as we know. Lingy is down there with Dylan Shield. Lingy.
Well, Dylan, a big second quarter there. It felt like the last 10 minutes you guys well and truly on top.
Yeah, we dressed at a quarter time. They had us in, just in contested ball and clearances. The game's going to be won in the midfield. They've got a really good midfield, so we need to be able to match them inside. Stops their outside game. I know, my head's all over the place at the moment.
I know you're absolutely exhausted. It's a bruising encounter, isn't it? We saw Toby Green cop that big one, get back up and play. Players copying it everywhere. It's a hard game.
Yeah, it's definitely got that finals effect, so no, it's going to be on the second half.
Really appreciate your time. All the best in the second half. Thanks for that, Dylan. Geelong lead it at the moment by 7 points here at Simmons Stadium. It'll be a big second half of footy between the Giants and the Cats.
Green, he's had some sore ribs, Richo. He's a courageous player, such an important player, and good to see him back out there again.
Yeah, he's been dangerous. 11 disposals and 2 goals so far for Toby Green.
Stage is set for this one. Huge amount on offer here. Home final. 7 points the difference.
Touch, play on!
Cats are outstanding at various stages in the first half, but the Giants came with a real hurry in the end. Here's Dangerfield. That's disposal 21 to Guthrie, who's got space. He's got speed too. A couple of bounces, centering kick over the top of everyone's head in the end. Free kick going the way of the Giants.
That's here. That's here.
Well, Tomlinson with the free kick in the back pocket. There's his view down the ground. Drives it long, gets it as far out as he could. Stewart, hands in the back. Had to take the mark. I fancy for that to have been allowed. Stevie J swoops to pick up the ball. It's been a quiet night for him, just the 4 disposals. 85 games here at Simmons for 178 goals. 177 of them for Geelong.
Gee, that was a good kick there by Jeremy Cameron, and that is as well. So they've worked their way through beautifully here, the Giants.
Ward to Deledio, and now Stevie J with disposal number 5 for the night. First in this half, Taylor. Just camped back, read it well, brought it into the chest.
Yeah, that was disappointing. They'd worked it down beautifully, and to not force that to ground inside your forward 50, disappointing.
Holding, Geelong. One again.
Big Tom Lonergan comes up with the free kick.
Back on. Thank you. Hold, Brett. Play on.
Giants were able to force the Cats into long, slow kicks down the line late in the second quarter. It was really effective for. This is a better build-up for Geelong. Left foot bullet while he buzzes drawing a free kick. He's caused Tomlinson some real issue tonight.
He has, but it was that inboard kick that broke it up. They didn't go long down the line. The Cats, they got that 25-metre kick inboard that just broke it all open, and I don't think Tomlinson was ready. That inboard kick got him out of position, and he gives away the free kick.
Had 2 shots at goal tonight. Big Wiley. The first one was beautifully pressed through the middle. The second one, he couldn't have kicked it anywhere. So let's have a look at the third. Bending and maybe somewhere in between.
He's showing some great signs though, Buzzer.
Bit of physicality on Toby Green here. Lockie Henderson got the job. Don't know if I love just the hit in the back, but throughout the course of the second half, just seeing some physicality on Toby Green. I'm expecting that from Geelong. Each time they get a chance to tackle him, I'd say they'll tackle him pretty hard to the ground, but I don't know about just the hit in the back. I reckon that's spot on.
Well, the umpires have just got to pay a free if they see that, Lingy.
Here's Cornelio, had to wait for that footy, and Green marks. So a little fitness test and gets around Buse. Did that superbly. The courage of that man cannot be underestimated. And here's Henderson, who was into his back on replay a moment ago. Toby not happy. No, it's not a good look, is it? We know the circumstances. It just doesn't look or feel good.
Well, regardless of the circumstances, it's a free kick. You can't wander up to someone and push them in the back. And
there's been a bit of it going on with players being targeted, and the easy way to stop it is pay a free kick. And the player doing it will soon stop.
Well done, Mumford on hands and knees. Got it to shield, just a little toe poker. Then Devon Smith tracked it. Lonergan, such a sure player back there, isn't he, Tom Lonergan? No fuss. Flying through, he's sure, Murdoch.
And just on the top of that, that's not to say that you wouldn't go out of your way if you do get a chance to really tackle Toby Green. Once you make the choice to take the field again like Green has, and you're open for a tackle, well, the Geelong players should know they've got an opportunity to be physical on him. But that's different to just doing it when the ball's a long way away.
Yep, couldn't agree more, Lingy. Hot footy in there at the moment. Selwood's got it tucked underneath him. Which way does umpire see it? Correctly?
No, Shane, let the jumpers go. Just leave him up. Just get up. Shane, Zach, yes, meter. Keep that way.
Well, stages during the first half, it was such a free-flowing game, so much slick movement through the middle of the ground. It has tightened up right now, though. Menegola, brilliant handball to Guthrie, just squeezed it out. That was so well done. Buzzer in the contest here, almost. Couldn't quite get it. Wilson, Motlop, good tackle. Falls to Williams. Now Shaw, back to Wilson. Kelly, inside defensive 50. Not a great kick. Kolajasny's got it.
Yeah, very Josh Kelly like that kick. It's going to come back via Kolajasny. Hawkins worked off it. Opens up for Geelong. Motlop put a boot out. Oh, he loves this. Menzel. He was always going to kick it.
Goal to Dan Menzel here, but I want you to watch Steve Motlop right of your screen now. Just the hard work to get to each contest. He did a couple of efforts, ran forward again, and probably the previous 20 seconds to that, involved in a couple of contests. Just good signs for Steve Motlop that he's getting that work rate off the ball, and eventually the good plays will come.
Duncan, half it, and then thumped forward by Dangerfield. It's a long one, dangerous ball. Hawkins came on Haynes. Tough one, Murdoch bounced away from him. Brilliant tackle, got Shield. You don't often see Dylan Shield caught in a tackle.
Well, the #1 tackling team in the competition, Geelong. And that was a beauty.
Murdoch, it just wobbled off the boot. Might still be okay. Blitzar's big fly. Dangerfield got away from Whitfield a little too easily. Selwood. Now Buse winds up 75 from home when he kicks behind only.
So the Cats have got the better of the start of this third quarter. Can the Giants get their ball movement happening again? They haven't been able to so far.
Bring it in. Play on.
Zach Williams always prepared to take a bit of a risk at full-back to get it moving. He wanted it back. Kelly made out that it was coming back to him, and now the kick affected by some pressure. Giants got to think their way through this. Devon Smith, Callum Ward got through a tackle and had Hopper waiting for him. Now Haynes. He sidesteps a bit of trouble. Blitzarves going back with a flight. Cameron. Oh, Blitzarves flew with courage. Green, was he pushed in the back? Play on the umpire, right on the spot. Happy to call that one.
Well done by Blitzarves. Got back and helped out his defence. Threw his body at it in the air. That's courageous.
Zach, back this way.
Almost reckless courage, wasn't it? He was lucky not to be hurt. Lob and Smith. Devon Smith runs onto it, bends it around and into the side of the post. Oh, what a goal that would have been. The Smith to Smith. Geelong to GWS, and bang, hit it flush.
Let's bring it in now, please.
Henderson drives this one up the middle of the ground. Dangerfield. What a year he's having, Paddy Dangerfield.
He can do everything, can't he, in a game?
And goal, a one-on-one, the strength of Hawkins. Well done, Phil Davis did well. Now he's got to work hard. Motlop's dangerous. Can he get boots of ball? Picked it up. He certainly can. Two in a row, the Cats.
Look at this from Paddy Dangerfield. Off the kick in. That contested mark, and then he got the quick handball receive off. He didn't go back and kick it, and that just opened it up. And that contested mark is what started that goal chain. That was brilliant by Dangerfield.
Cats only kick one goal in the second term. They've got two inside 8 minutes here to start the third quarter, and they're away to a 20-point lead. We've got a whistle. Sam Menegola with a free kick.
Zach!
Oh, what a time of it he has had here at Geelong. There's the free kick there, the arm being held. Rubbing shoulders with Patrick Dangerfield at times in the midfield. He's used to rubbing shoulders with Brownlow medalists. He had a T-shirt business with Nat Fyfe when he was back at Fremantle on their rookie list. Couldn't get a shot at Fremantle, making the most of his shot here at Geelong. 3 in a row in the term, and the Cats are out to a 26-point lead.
Great start to this second half for the Cats, but unfortunately bad news for James Parsons. Hurt his ankle lower leg in the second quarter. He hasn't come back out on the ground. He's not on the bench there either. So he's out for the game, James Parsons. It'll be a big blow. He's played this is his 18th game this year in his first season. Done a terrific job on the eve of finals. Let's hope for his sake that's not too bad, that injury.
So 3 unanswered goals here to start the second half for the Cats, and it's a bit of a critical stage here for the Giants. Canelio ripped off the footy, winning the contest. Duncan slicing his way through. Look at the kick. Oh, beautiful. Free kick. Oh, it looked like a push. Davis got the benefit of the doubt. Kick around to Stevie J. He's found it hard tonight, Stevie. Just the 5 touches, and he's given away a free kick there.
Stay at the back.
little bit of frustration in that tackle from Stevie J. It's not working for him.
Giants defence under all sorts of pressure. Awkward one for Whitfield. Blitz halves. Can Whitfield get hold of him to get boots of ball? Well, Lockie Whitfield, he's a super player. He needs to find more of the footy tonight. This is just disposal number 7.
Stevie J came back into the team, Richo, for Matt De Boer, who'd been playing a role. I wonder right now whether Stevie J will be in the side for the first final. Real knife edge. We know what he can bring. He's big game experience, but
That's what they'll be weighing up at selection, because you know he can produce. He's done it a few times this year. It's Paddy Dangerfield. He's clearly the best player on the ground. That is unbelievable, that stat. 18 contested possessions already.
twice as many as the next man. Cornelius, Selwood, buzzer. Hopper's got him. Ball came out the back. Lobs in there and up it'll come again.
But that's what they'll weigh up. Can he produce that enough? Can he find those moments in the coming weeks, Stevie J?
Would you take the risk?
Well, he needs to improve in this second half tonight, I think.
Oh, no, Williams. I think he might have called for it. Scott Selwood. He faked him into it. Parfitt can make it 4 goals in a row. It looked like it was going to slide across the face. It did. They have been jumped. Cats have been enormous so far.
You wouldn't write him off, Stevie J, but yeah, he would like to get some touches in this second half.
Shaw kicks to himself and goes wide, really wide. Patten marks. What about you, Lingy, on the Stevie J conundrum?
Oh, I'd have him there for a final just because of that big game experience and the ability to kick you 2 or 3 goals. But yeah, you're right. The second half's big for him. If he can run into a little bit of form in this second half, then he gets a bit of confidence going into that first final. You know what he can deliver in finals, but can his body still deliver it? That's the one question I have.
Well, we're not sure if there'll be a final here at this venue in the first week of the finals if the margin stays this way, but it quite possibly is his last game after 16 years at Simmons Stadium, and here he is in the thick of it. Got under the footy there and they came at him hard, his former teammates. Henderson over the line and it'll be thrown in.
The game at Spotless earlier this year, that crumbing goal that he kicked that won the game, I mean, that crumb was as good as you'll see that night, and it won the game. So he can still produce those match-winning moments.
Just keep an eye on him here around this situation. It's where he does some of his best work. The Cats are able to get it out of the defensive 50. Davis came up at it. Trying to flick it forward was Whitfield. Callum Ward fighting super hard. Davis is going to just float this one inside 50. Which way will it bounce? Coming out of the lob, Henderson took care of him with ease. They've got a few quiet players out here that need a lift for the Giants. Murdoch, awkward looking kick. Which way is the umpire going to pay that? I think that's a pretty fair call for mine, Richo.
Yeah, I think we know that will be paid now. The crowd didn't like it, of course, but pretty clear that's going to be paid.
Heathshaw quickly. Callan Ward been terrific. 22. This will be 23 disposals for the co-captain. Runs away. No one really manning the mark aggressively. It's a high ball. Collar Jasny, Taylor. They had it covered from both ends. And another throw in inside 50 for the Giants. So they want to improve their situation here. Of course, this man to come back for Geelong. Maybe Cockatoo. They're the only 2 players away from a full-strength Geelong side.
Well, I think Cockatoo's definitely in the best 22, and don't even ask that question for Selwood.
Menzel read the footy nicely, came off the boot of Dangerfield. Now they're screaming forward, the Cats. Duncan hesitated, and then a clever kick from Menzel to Hawkins, who's really had a big night. Tom Hawkins, big influence on this game. Spearing ball, what a kick. Menegola's got it again. Superb kick from Hawkins.
They are a much better team, Geelong, when Hawkins is getting up the ground, I feel.
I reckon he's taken 4 marks, Slingy, in that 60 to 80 metre out zone on the ground, and it's just so important.
Yeah, and it just means that there's space in behind him, means he has the ability to lose his opponent. I love the way he's playing when he's like that.
What about this man's night, Sam Menegola? This is goal number 3 he's chasing here. Pops it up. He couldn't quite work it back.
There's plenty of improved players in the competition this year, but He would have to be. He would have to be one of them. He has been outstanding this year, Sam Menegola.
Up to 22 disposals, kicked 2 goals, 1. 33 disposals last time these two teams met. He loves playing against GWS. Good mark by Deledio. Wilson's long ball. So what can they get going here? Less than 9 minutes remaining in this third term. 28 points. They need a couple at least, you would think. They need to be a couple of goals closer to have any chance in the final term. Patton held up. That's been the pattern. Back to Deledio. Holds it. That might have been touched. No call from the umpire. Lob. Here's Stevie J. Stewart gets there first. It's a loose-ish handball. Mackie did well, made it look okay, and Deledio has kept that in.
And this is an awkward footy to defend. Opportunity here for the Giants. Stevie J, can he get one here? Didn't quite get the radar right. And Duncan working really hard. The 6th disposal of the quarter, and goes short to Menzel. College Asney now trying to track it from half-back through to half-forward. They've done so well on that. It's going to be another Geelong free kick. As you've said, Richo, their ball movement has just been so good. The Cats, here they come again. Zach Tui's got it to Scott Selwood, and that is a little too easy from one end of the ground to the other.
The ball to Guthrie in the middle of the ground. He ran past a couple of Giants players. That was disappointing for him to get that kick there in the middle of the ground. They didn't put enough time into him from behind there, the Giants forwards. They've watched him.
Hasn't missed a game since 2014. Harry Taylor has been a fairly effective forward this year. Tonight we've seen him almost permanently in defence. Generally does this part of the game pretty well. That one, a little bit of 9-9 about it. Won't quite make the journey. Oh, Dangerfield, he's going to pick it up. He's going to kick their 4th goal in a row.
See that kick there into Guthrie? That should never have been allowed. There were 4 or 5 Giants forwards behind Guthrie, and they watched him waltz into the middle of the ground, and that's the reason they got the inside 50, and ultimately Dangerfield kicks the goal.
Umpires in blue during round 23 to raise awareness for OPSM charity partner One Sight, an organisation providing vision and care opportunities for communities in need. It's a beautiful sight at the moment for Geelong fans. Duncan. Tackle started okay, then slipped low. So 34 points in this term, 4 goals. The Giants have kicked just 1 behind. Here's Stewart, another of those new Cats, fresh Cats, who are rewriting a different story for Geelong. Lonergan, one of the veteran Cats, another one, Mackie. Such a great blend now, isn't it? It's exciting all over the ground. Henderson. Now Murdoch. So they've all pushed back the Giants. Bar 2 players, everyone in Geelong's half of the ground. Murdoch takes off. Got a bit of a shepherd, some space to work in. Buzzer, Core, Tomlinson at the back, a bit nervous. Davis got his kick away.
In the direction of Whitfield. Cats fans wanted deliberate and hadn't gone out of bounds. Here's Murdoch, who's shaping to kick it in the direction of Stevie Motlop, but getting back Tom Scully, who's just collected disposal number 10. He averages about 25. So they really need more from Tom Scully. Had an outstanding year. He's had a quiet night, though, tonight.
And he plays that traditional winger role where he really holds his width on the wing. Well, on this ground here, there just isn't that width, that space. So maybe Tom Scully's just found his running patterns. He ends up running out of room on a skinnier ground.
I think that's 100% what it is, Lingy.
Some of their gun mids have had quiet nights, and that is going to not help the situation. They are really falling apart here, the Giants. Great credit to the way that the Cats are playing. And beautiful mark taken. Henderson's pushed forward. He's a bit sore, but he'll get up and be fine.
That's another intercept mark, though, in that forward part of the ground that Geelong have done a lot tonight.
The boy from Birregurra, about 45 minutes drive from Simmons Stadium. He was initially part of the Favola trade with Brisbane. spent some time at Carlton, and now found a home at Geelong. And this is starting to get ugly.
Half-time, it was 7 points. Geelong, 5 unanswered goals, and now it's 40 points.
And they've just made them pay on the turnovers.
And the Cats storming towards a top 2 finish. They can't finish on top of the ladder, but win this game, hang on here, and they will finish second. And the debate will rage, where should that first final be? Cornelio gave it to Smith. Is there an answer from the Giants? Cameron hanging on, being hung on to. Coach can't believe it.
The arm's come back high of the shoulder. Time back on.
First, it should have been a free kick to Henderson in the first instant. The Cameron one was there, but the first one was missed. And that's why Chris Scott's not happy.
So the Giants have only scored 1 behind in this third term. Now they've got a goal. They've got their first. It's back to 34 points.
So we're going to have a look at the live ladder here as it stands, and the Cats will finish in second position if they continue tonight, but that percentage is crucial. 115.6, Richmond 116.7. It'll come down to that game tomorrow, Baz, and that's going to dictate those top 4 finishes.
He's up and about, Daz.
Specifically called for that graphic, Basil.
No, just being professional and giving everyone the opportunity to see all the different equations for tomorrow.
Haven't seen him study the numbers quite like this before, Basil. It's an amazing
man. Das, I'm a numbers man, always have been.
To the home and away season, and the Cats staking a big claim here for a home final. As Blitzarves concedes some ground and goes back to Mackie. A lot of people theorising that without Joel Selwood and the combination with Dangerfield, this wasn't anywhere near as effective a side. Well, it's a big night for them. We spoke to Joel Selwood before the game. His recovery's looking good. And so's his team tonight. Can the Giants get a run on? It's a better exit from defence. The core kick, though, was intended for Green and missed the target. Hughes has had a good night. Got a good turn of speed, Jed Hughes. Time for Murdoch to go back and get it. He's a long kick. Drives it to the goal square. What's Rory Lobb doing? He fell asleep, Rory. He fell asleep.
There's the goal. You check if the ball was touched.
Umpire's call is a goal. Can you check whether the ball was touched before the line?
That'll be a goal. Will certainly be a goal, and he just lost his way there.
Complete decision on scoreboard.
It's like he was hypnotised by the ball.
He lost it in the flight. He let it bounce, and then he was in massive strife. So let's have a look at this. Murdoch's kick there. Rory Lobb, he just got tangled up. He lost it in flight, and once it bounced, it just got away from him. Horrible feeling there for Lobb.
Certainly moved through the air, didn't it?
It did. It just... He lost it when he had to turn around, and then it was too late.
And needed to try and get to it on the full green. This is great courage. I'm not sure where they're buying him here. We know what he's done during the season, but tonight he's done nothing but display courage. And that's good to see Jonathan Patton getting involved, because they've been flat tonight, the Giants, and they're going to need to produce something better than what we've seen here. Johnson swings the ball back to an attacking position. What about the courage from Kelly? Back with the flight of the ball. 2 weeks in a row we've seen flat-out courage from that man.
Yeah, it's great stuff, isn't it, Richo? Sometimes that is just what you need as the spark, isn't it? A great bit of courage like that from Josh Kelly.
Yeah, it is. And he did it last week. Gee, we were worried about him last week. He got smashed. Josh Kennedy coming out on the lead, a big man, but he's shown that he's got it all, Josh Kelly. You know what he can do with the ball in hand, but he's shown that he's got plenty of courage when he's got to put his body on the line. You can still see the cut on his head from last week.
Well, it's a super tough ask down here at Geelong. They've got a record that is just remarkable, but are we disappointed, GWS, with this third quarter? That's the understatement. Harry Taylor read it really well. Got in front. Want a response here, the Giants. Menzel, Haynes over the top. Motlop's work rate's been pretty solid. Picked it up, took a bounce. It was an inadvertent 3-metre pass into the lap of College-Asney. It's all going their way at the moment. Tui unloads a long bomb down the line. Menegola's been enormous. Haynes on that occasion was good enough, and they should get away with the numbers here, although that handball has turned it over to Selwood.
Menegola again. Good tackle that time. That was an excellent tackle from Williams. The arm pinned correctly. The umpire says holding the ball. It's about the only blemish for Sam Menegola tonight. And really, there was nothing he could do there. That was the perfect tackle. Cameron with a couple of goals alongside his name tonight in the back half. Kick to the middle of the ground, it's a good one. And Mumford, who's been quiet, plays on quickly to Shield. It's a long ball inside 50. Green, not what he wanted at all. Last thing he needed, in fact, a high ball with Taylor, and it just sat up there for Harry. And poor old Toby Green gets the fitness test that he probably didn't need.
Great courage from that man to be out there. He must be really sore. Stevie J, kick was smothered beautifully by Dangerfield, doing it all. Cats' pressure right from the first bounce tonight has been superb.
Zach, ball up here, guys.
Can we get a response out of the Giants? Quarter to go. A lot still riding this game. We had the percentage equation Richo pointed out before. Davis slaps it back. They're going to run out of time here. Look at the tackle from Buzzer. They all want to be a part of it here at Geelong. And why wouldn't you want to be part of this side? On the siren, Wiley Buzzer picks up the footy. And that was a 6-goal-to-1 quarter. The Cats players get around each other. They're out of their chairs here at Simmons Stadium at three-quarter time. It's Geelong by 40 points on Saturday night footy. Still the game on here. You know this Giants side, when they get going, are as devastating as any in the competition. It's going to take something really special. We've got a nice rev up from Leon Cameron at three-quarter time. Dangerfield, disposal number 29. Extraordinary player. He's sure wrapped up by Menzel. Core trying to muscle his way through.
You just sort of take it for granted now with Patrick Dangerfield, but he's had 21 contested possessions and 9 clearances. He's a beast on the inside.
He was looking at a 5-goal game tonight, would have given him 30 possession average, 2-goal a game average year. Hasn't been done since Bobby Skilton in 1968 as Hawkins leads up, and he's been such an important player tonight, Tom Hawkins. Decides he's going to go short to Wiley Buzzer, and Wiley, he's staking a claim to be a lock in the first final.
Oh, I think he's 100% a lock now. He times his leads beautifully. If you watch this lead again, if we get another look at it, this kick here was great to Hawkins, but he had to sort of hold his lead a little bit here, Wiley Buzzer. He looks a natural forward. He had to stop a little bit and then come into the ball again. He knows how to read the ball in the air.
That one a little off the side of the boot. So some work to do on the goal kicking. He's not happy, the big fella. He could have had a 3 or 4 goal night tonight. He's been pretty impressive.
Das, Dave Frith tells me that's the 11th time that Patrick Dangerfield has had 20 contested disposals in a match.
This year. Some guys don't have 20 contesteds in a match in the whole career. Probably most don't. He's done it 11 times this year.
The next best is about 4. Haynes drives the ball long. I haven't really been able to get the ball moving, bar for a glimpse of some run in the second term. Selwood, Menegola again found a way through. Well done, young man. Motlop, high ball, you heard the call. Deledio under it. Stevie J playing for a spot in this team now. Comes out to College-Asney, stolen by Ward. Might go the other way, Wilson. Quickly it comes back to Motlop, just ricocheted off Whitfield. Hawkins lost it, Wilson lost it. Hawkins might get it again here. Handball to Murdoch, onto the left boot. It was too easy in the end. Too easy. 47 points is the lead.
Sort of don't argue that from Murdoch. Perfectly timed with the Chester Kelly. Shield, little fumble, inopportune time. Whitfield pretty well to get boot to ball in the end. Menegola, what a night he's had. And the other way came Wilson initially, now Canelio. And that one won't come out there.
Thank you. Leave. Good. Nominating. Shane. Yes, Zach. Just way, keep that meter.
So a little shell-shocked here, the Giants. They really have been manhandled at times as Whitfield picks it up. Some free-running space. It's been a rarity. But he looks up. And it's like they've had 3 extra players in the field sometimes tonight. Henderson took a good mark. Oh, he's turned it over, though.
Here's Toby Green. He decides against the shot, tried to square it up to Patton. Patton well tackled by Lonergan. The pressure continues. Taylor found a way out of there. They're refusing to concede. Even 47 points in front and storming towards second place on the table. They're giving nothing up at all. So impressive from the Cats tonight. Wilson squares the kick. Great kick and Ward marks.
Beautiful kick from Wilson, but that high ball, the last inside 50 for the Giants, that doesn't work against this Geelong defence. 14 intercept marks to 6 now for the night, and that just sets the Cats up.
Cullen Ward, disposal number 29, and this for a goal as well. Not their night. Massive night for him, though. Certainly not his fault.
He just hasn't had enough helpers through the midfield tonight. Geelong midfield has been by far the better, battered deeper through the mid. Ward's been a bit on his own tonight.
Yeah, some real low numbers from some of the GWS guns tonight, Richo. We'll get to have a look at that in a moment, but they've had some really consistent on ballers who find the footy. Just have found it super hard tonight. Shill's working hard. Devon Smith. Kick from Menegola is going to come back with a bit of interest, maybe. Callum Ward, he has been a standout tonight for the Giants. Sizes up the goal. He couldn't get that one online, but just take a look at some of the key mids for the Giants who just have struggled a bit tonight, Richo.
Well, it probably comes down to Dylan Shields been pretty solid with 22, but it's Josh Kelly's only had the 14 disposals tonight. Steve Canelio, 14 disposals. Tom Scully has only had 10.
Lockie Whitfield just 12 as well. Devon Smith just 12. They're pretty quiet nights from really talented players. Jacob Hopper just the 5 possessions tonight.
Whereas Dangerfield, Menegola and Duncan and Scotty Selwood just had more contributors.
Good mark from Smith. Zach Smith, that is, for Geelong a moment ago.
Move it on. Play on.
A real weapon tonight. 12 disposals, but he's clearly beaten Shane Mumford, who's more experienced and well-credentialed opponent. Hawkins on the end of this. Menzel running. Check side kick for the South Australia to Parfitt, who did play on, the umpire said. Well, that's interesting. He was on the ground.
You played on, handball.
No wonder had the call come. Well, it's the right call, I guess. He was clearly motioning to go. Williams runs away, got it to Delidio. And now Mumford.
He's got the short one on to Callum Ward. Some run provided from Kelly. Cuts back inboard, Josh Kelly. Wanting it wide was Devon Smith, and kick was really not well placed for the forwards. Lockie Whitfield, he says that's not where he wanted it.
Can you play on when you're on your knees? To play on, don't you have to move off the mark?
I suppose you play on in handball.
So if you're on your knees,
handball, that's playing on, isn't it?
Fair enough.
And I think he did actually handball there. The handball was just smothered, so I'm happy with that decision from the umpire. Well umpired.
Very generous, Lingy.
Well, I did. As I said that, I realised how that may have sounded.
When you're 44 points up and heading for a top 2 finish, why not? Cats fans everywhere very happy. Menzel's had an influence tonight, so has this man, Murdoch. Runs the ball up the line. Colin Jasny never kicked a goal in senior footy. He was getting close into the attacking zone. He might still be here. Pushed over by Core. And we'll get a throw in on the elbow where the 50 meets the boundary line.
Just looking down at Tom Scully now on the interchange bench. He's played 71% game time tonight. Over the season, he plays 91%. He started each of the quarters on the Pine, so just a change of tact maybe there by Leon Cameron. He doesn't normally spend this much time off the ground.
Josh Kelly wrapping around the back, took the handball from Mumford. Leo's probably been the other shining light tonight. He's getting better as the weeks go by. Beautiful left foot kick. Cameron Toby Green, he's missed the target badly, Jeremy Cameron. Green gives chase, Jed Buse cuts past Devon Smith like he wasn't even standing there. Well played. He's had a good night. Hawkins, too strong for Haynes. Big contested mark. What a great sign for Geelong fans. Couple of weeks off, and he looks so sharp.
Sure is, and if the Geelong people have got a bit of a strut up, well, why not? This will be the 8th time in 11 seasons they'll finish in the top 2. That is just staggering. 8 times, 11 seasons, top 2 finish.
Success breeds success, and the culture down here, they don't accept anything other than winning.
It's almost a bit greedy, Lingy, you would have thought.
Oh, no, I'm okay with that stat. I'm pretty happy with that one.
Would have liked a 9th.
Lingy's just happy he gets to go into the rooms again after the game.
I'll tell you what.
Roaming Lingy.
He'll be happy down there, Lingy.
Might do a little bit of liniment sniffing tonight, Richo.
Oh, no doubt.
Hey, Shane.
So, Chris Scott, a premiership already in his first season as Geelong coach. Is there another one around the corner in 2017? Cornelio, Kelly have all been quiet, the big names. Here's Smith.
Just wonder whether sometimes a really down night you get a chance to really spark some of your gun players. You've had a good year. Bulldogs in round 23 last year got a big belting, and then you bounce back. You got a week off to think about it. These GWS players, Kelly and Whitfield and Hopper, they're superstar young players. You wouldn't expect 2 bad ones in a row. This one comes down to Jeremy Cameron. And they've certainly been outplayed tonight, no other way to describe it. A bit of frustration boiling over out there with a few of the Giants.
In the second half, and the game's been there to be won. The Cats have just been harder at the contest, won the crucial ball, got it moving their way. Just relentless.
Guthrie, like a shade off the shin of a Giant, picked up by Scotty Selwood. And now Guthrie. Well done, Toby Green. Managed to get a hand in there, still fighting hard. Playing on courageously with broken ribs, Devon Smith. Blitzarves wraps him up. Over the top comes Mackie. And he's gone.
Abuse, 50 metres. Come with me, Andrew.
We heard the call from the umpire there, Devon Smith. Abuse was the terminology by the umpire, and Mackie gets the 50.
Steve, go around here. Yep, thank you.
So I think a lot of people found it hard to work out a way that there'd be a final in Melbourne, or Victoria for that matter, in the first week. And right now we might be staring at Richmond and Geelong in the first week of the finals, if Richmond can beat the Saints tomorrow. Patton, it's a nice turn, and then belts it out of bounds on the full.
And the great news will be when that one's announced that it'll be played Geelong-Richmond down here at Simmons Stadium, Baz.
Now you are getting carried away, Lingy.
Richo will take that one well.
A couple of pigs might fly too, Lingy. And no chance of that. Richmond have got to do the job tomorrow. It's in their hands, and that's what you want as a football club. Don't have to rely on other results, Baz. You've simply got to win, and there's obviously a big opportunity there tomorrow.
In Nick Revolt's last game.
Yeah, going to be a lot of people there to see Nick, the champ, be sent off.
Wiley buzzer. Tackled well there by Zach Williams.
GWS, trying to break through.
Could you imagine Gary Ablett loitering up forward for this team next year?
I'm not sure, really. It should be allowed to happen, I would have thought, Basil, given how well they're going, as Jeremy Cameron takes a good contested mark, desperate to get him up to his all-time best form. He's had 4 of the last 6 weeks out with a hamstring injury. We know that very capable of winning a game off his own boot.
He's just lost continuity in the last couple of months with his game, so they need him back up and going at his best in the finals.
They're good down here at Geelong, aren't they? They are still getting stuck into him. Can he bend it home? Jeremy Cameron can. He's kicked 3 goals.
Always been a great kick at goal, Jeremy Cameron. His simple approach, nice and fluent.
So 38 points is the margin. It was 40 points at the last change. Cats led by 14 at quarter time and 7 at half time. Smith, who's played one of his very best games as a Cat. Selwood, Williams, Lobb, Smith, Hopper. Got it moving forward inside 50. Big fist away by Taylor. Guthrie waiting down. Back to Harry Taylor. Goes sideways with a kick. Pretty good one. Out in front of Menzel. Sat nicely for him. They might be away here. Mackie, handball over the top. Tui, who can thump it long. Instead goes by hand. Dangerfield. He's got a man on in support. Hawkins drives it towards the 50. Beyond it, in fact, but Lobb getting back on buzzer. Good mark by the big man.
Shorts it to Hopper. Just his 7th disposal coming up for Jacob Hopper, who's missed a fair bit of footy himself this year. Missed 11 games mid-season with surgery to a broken finger. Now Scully. He's sure, and wow, almost never ever see that from Heath Shaw. Just a clanger kick under no pressure. Menegola short to Tui.
Sam Menegola up to 30 disposals now. He needs only another 4 for a career high. 33 twice in his career. Here's Lonergan. If they recapture this sort of form in the finals, Richo, they're going to take a lot of beating.
Absolutely, they are. Home finals for the Cats. As you said, 8 out of the last 11 years finished top 2. What an unbelievable football club.
It's incredible, wasn't it?
The turnover of players has been pretty big the last few years, but they just keep winning. They don't drop down. They find players like Menegola, Stewart, get Tui. Players come here and play better.
Williams got it from Whitfield. What about Green just staying out there? Been remarkable. It looked like he was gone maybe even for the year. Thumps this ball long. Was there a touch on that from Lonergan? Not sure that there was.
Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Can we see if the ball was touched before the line?
Review underway.
I think the fingers go back there, don't they?
Looks like it initially. Is that going to be conclusive, though?
It's got to be conclusive to overrule the decision on the ground.
I reckon the angle on the left suggests it was touched.
Suggests, though, Basil's got to be 100%. Let's have a look. It does look like it hit his finger, doesn't it?
That's a touch. That's what we've got it for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got better eyes than me.
Review complete. Decision on scoreboard.
This will be interesting, this one.
I've staked my reputation on it.
Got to be conclusive. Yeah.
Reputation in tatters. A goal for Toby Green. Oh, I'm done. I'm done on the reviews. Leon Cameron on the left, back to 32 points. What's going through his mind now?
Toby Green, incredible. He's kicked 3 goals now tonight for the GWS Giants. Here's Hopper. A little fumble from Callum Ward. He might have been pushed in the back there. It was Wilson.
Mine.
So the sting's gone out of this one a little bit. Under 8 minutes remaining in the game. Superb effort from this unbelievable football club, Geelong, on their way to another top 2 finish. Menegola and Dangerfield have been 2 of the absolute stars tonight, both with 30 disposals each.
Dylan! Mark! Let go, both of you!
Callum Ward, that's disposal 34 for him. Jed Buse has been impressive tonight, trying to step his way past Toby Green, worked one way, back the other, and then torpedoed it down the line. Coming through was Menzel, picked up by Buzzer, done enough tonight.
Play on.
Threw it out.
Knocked out.
Umpire corrected me and said no, it was knocked out. Hopper tumbles one forward. Shields fighting hard. Kelly starting to get some run and some possession as Toby Green, who really, as Basil said earlier, for all intents and purposes was gone for the night, maybe multiple weeks. What a courageous effort. He's a star, this man, Richo.
He is, and he'll end up with 4 goals if he kicks this. Pretty good night with what he's put up with.
Yeah, sure is. He plays this role like no one else in the game at the moment. That one to the near side, but he is such an important part of this side. You just hope for the Giants' point of view that he pulls up well, that there isn't any damage to go on with.
Well, he'll be pretty sore, but he's got a couple of weeks now to get himself right. And they need him. They need him at his best in finals.
Here's Tui, long ball down the middle. Murdoch, well done by Wilson, knocked it down, but Mackie there. Johnson, been together a lot over their journeys. Ward, well done by Williams. He found a way through. Sends it towards the top of the square. Patton, it was touched. Gives it to Lob. Lob the fumble. Handball backwards. No one really there. Murdoch has run down deep within 50 to help out. Stewart got the handball away. Menegola overran it. Shield got it out. Quickly, Hopper back towards the top of the square, and the mark taken by Lonergan.
They're just always in the right spots. Lonergan, Henderson, Taylor when he's down there. Such a weapon for Geelong. The way their defence can read the play.
Well played on that occasion by Heath Shaw, tracking Menegola.
And Richo, you're exactly right. Provided there's enough pressure through the midfield and there's some control of the contest, Joel Selwood will certainly bring that come finals time. But plus 21 in contested possession for the Cats tonight. They've dominated in the midfield. When the pressure's up, those defenders can be really proactive and take those intercept marks.
It was pretty even at half-time, Lingy, that contested ball. So when it was there to be won in the second half, they've smashed them in that area. And it's because of that man on the bottom of the pack there who's had 24 contested possessions now.
Which, as you mentioned, Richo, becomes the most ever in a season. A world record. Goes past Josh Kennedy's mark of 368 back in 2012. Last year, that's a home and away season, of course, we're talking about. Last year, Paddy Dangerfield had the most ever inside 50s in a season. He's rewriting the record books everywhere, Danger. He's still yet to win a premiership, and maybe that's on the cards this year. Scotty Selwood had hold of green.
That is a ridiculous number, by the way. 24 contested possessions. Most midfielders would be happy to run around for a game and get 24 possessions with a balance of maybe 10 or 12 contested. He's had 24 contested.
Well, you can't stop him with those numbers, Thingy.
24 out of 33, Whitfield. Murdoch applied some pressure. Stewart. Here's Menegola. Wrapped up again. Johnson came to make sure the tackle stuck, but in the end, gave away a rather careless free kick. So Menegola, this will be disposal number 33, and this will equal his career high and what he was able to amass back in round 15 in the draw. So same output from him, but a much different team result. The Cats are going to record a really big win. 31 points their lead, less than 5 minutes to play.
Mumford. And there he is again.
Holding Kelly, GWS, yes.
This one's been paid.
Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly.
The umpire there in the non-controlling position picked up a free kick. Josh Kelly saying Blitzar's arms were wrapped around the GWS midfielder. Well done, Stewart. In the story, he is just his 18th game. Came by South Barwon, as Lingy told us earlier, picked out by Matty Scarlett. Now on his way into a final series for this mighty side. Mackie, it's a good-looking ball down the line. Henderson trying to turn Haynes inside out. Haynes has got hold of an arm. Henderson's got... Well, he got a free kick.
Got him high, swinging arm high.
Well, Wilson couldn't quite believe that, but it was well played by Henderson. He got a bit lucky here with the high contact after Haynes behind him had applied pretty perfect tackle, grabbing the arm. So down the line, there hasn't been a passenger out there for the Cats tonight. Murdoch's game's been impressive, up to 18 disposals now, 2 goals. Certainly in this team to stay. Long ball inside 50, buzzer with a push. Tomlinson Scully. Guthrie. Hawkins got past Scully. Now gives it to Kolajasny. Has never kicked a goal. Won't with that one. Blitzarv's on the ground, wrestling with Whitfield. Blitzarv's got the ball. Tackled lob as well, all in one motion. That was superb. Whitfield, quick kick, bouncing ball. Tough one. Cats have the numbers.
Lonergan has got all the time in the world to sum it up. Short to Stevie Motlop. Stevie honours the leader, Hawkins, and that is his trademark tonight. Timing his leads to perfection. The disposal his way has been pretty good, Richo, but that is as good a sign as you could hope tonight, Tom Hawkins, in this sort of form.
Yeah, I reckon he's been good tonight, Tom. From the start of the game, he looked lively. He's taken 9 marks now. A lot of those marks are in that mid-forward part of the ground. He actually deserves another goal. He's worked hard tonight.
His movement's been great. It's as fit as he's ever looked, Tom Hawkins, and sprayed that one. That has been his opponent for most of the night, Phil Davis.
So 2:23 left on the clock. The Cats are going to finish in the top 2. They're going to finish second, in fact.
Had 10 goal kickers tonight for 13 goals, the Cats. It's a great spread.
And with this result, we should point out, of course, that Adelaide, well, unless they're absolutely thumped by West Coast, I'm not sure that they could even kick a big enough score to reduce their percentage by that much. So Adelaide will be minor premiers. Menzel, there might be more scoring for Geelong, though. Hawkins onto the end of it and marks in the square.
Back here, Rocky. Down that one.
And Tom is going to kick his second.
She worked hard to get back there and mark that ball, Tom Hawkins.
Hawkins from directly in front. It's a 38-point lead.
He deserved that second goal, Tom Hawkins. When Menzel kicked that footy, Hawkins had to make up about 25 metres, I reckon, to get past Heath Shaw. Great effort.
It's been the impressive thing for me, Richard, just how well he's moved.
His movement's great.
Agile as he's ever looked. Here's Menzel, pushed in the back, clearly by Haynes.
Play on.
Menzel, clever little kick to Meningola. That was just how a forward wants it. Low down, impossible for the defender to get anywhere near it. And Meningola, what a night this will be. 34th disposal, 3rd goal coming up.
1 metre.
Incredible night.
That's a massive night.
So it'll be career high disposals, Darce, and equal career high goals here.
Taken 18 marks inside 50 tonight, the Cats.
He's just a really hard matchup now. He's a big-bodied midfielder, kicks goals, works hard. And for his best ever night, Sam Meningola's kicked 3 goals.
Well, concerns for Stevie J, concerns for the team, and I wonder, has he done enough to keep his spot?
Well, it's going to be a really interesting talking point. He's such a great champion. He's a realist too, Stevie J. He's going to understand that he's not performing anything like his absolute best, which is as good as anyone's played, let's be honest.
Oh, he's a Hall of Fame player.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
Yep. So there'll be questions of that, Basil. He's just not able to get the output that he would like at the moment, Stevie. He had a really quiet night, just the 8 disposals. No real impact at all in the game. Tough night for a forward, but there'll be some debate about whether or not he plays again.
Well, De Boer and Himmelberg went out of the team. Might be that one of them are back in for the first final. Here's Whitfield, gave it across to Cornelio, and then a high ball towards the 50. Less than 20 seconds to play now. Hopper. Good tackle by Mackie. Sweated on him the whole way. Hopper ran out of room and should have been probably pinged there. That's the pressure right to the final siren. It's been a clinic tonight from Geelong, a clinic in how to play the big games with the stakes as high as they are. From the team who've done it so many times. 8 times in 11 seasons, a top 2 finish, and with it tonight, their 200th win since the start of 2007.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always on the ball. We play the game as it should be played, at home or far away. Our banners fly high from north to south, down at Cardinia Park.
So many stars out there tonight for the Cats. We mentioned Sam Menegola with 34 disposals, and Patrick Dangerfield, he's no slouch, is he? 24 contested possessions, Cameron Ling, out of 33 total disposals. What a player he is.
Oh, you're right, Baz. What a game as well, Paddy. Congratulations on the win, your own game. Fantastic. Just to have that form against a quality outfit like the Giants heading into the finals.
Yeah, it's really pleasing. We set ourselves 3 weeks ago. We knew we needed to win at least 2 to secure top 4, and then to finish it off the way that we did tonight was really pleasing. And now we freshen up over the next week and get ready to really start.
Top 2 means you've got a home final. Reckon it'll be played here?
I hope so. I might have to go see Gil this week and just knock on the door. So I know where he lives, so he better be careful.
Your own performance was first class in the midfield, but the form of a man I'm going to grab next after you, Sam Menegola, just brilliant. Not only winning the footy, but kicking goals. Your entire midfield just dominated tonight.
Yeah, he was average tonight, 34 and 3. Look, it's a great story for Sammy. He's persevered through 2 other clubs, and now he gets his opportunity here, and he's really grasped it with both hands, and his form over the last month's been sensational. And it's just pleasing to see the real hard work that he's done really come to fruition.
And I sense your excitement. The next month is going to be pretty special, isn't it?
This is why you play footy. This is what it's all about. So the challenge is there, the stage is set, it's time to get cracking.
Well done tonight, mate.
Thanks, Lingy.
Good on you, Lingy. A couple of great Geelong champions together there, and well, it's worth dwelling on Sam Menegola's night. Most of the players in there recruited from line in their biography. They've got just that, a line. Sam Menegola's got 4 from Atterdale to East Fremantle in the WAFL, Hawthorn rookie list, then the Fremantle rookie list, then to Subiaco, nearly won the Sandover medal in half a season in the WAFL, found his way to Geelong, and he's on his way to the finals again, Lingy.
He is. He's just been called away from me. The Geelong group's going to have a chat in the middle. Harry Taylor, Chris Scott, Joel Selwood, all out there. They're just going to group together right in the middle of Simmons Stadium for a chat. So I will talk to Sam Menegola soon, but obviously just reinforcing the fact that it was a terrific win tonight, but the big stakes start in 2 weeks' time in that first final. It was a fantastic statement against the GWS Giants, but there is still plenty more to come. I will get Sam now as he just breaks away from the group. Sam, congratulations on a brilliant win and a great game yourself. You came in as a team there. You don't need to tell me exactly what was said, but what was the general message of the group?
Obviously, the general gist was that that's the sort of footy we think we need to play to go far in September, and we're obviously really motivated to do that. So really pleasing the way we played, and we just need to keep carrying that through.
We all get excited by different stories. Obviously, you've got Paddy Dangerfield, who's just been an out-and-out star. You've gone a different journey, been through 2 clubs, Fremantle, Hawthorn, an opportunity here at the Cats, and now really feeling comfortable at AFL level. Can you almost, are you pinching yourself that you're on the eve of another final series?
Yeah, I just love playing footy at this footy club, mate. It's unbelievable. Like, nights like tonight are just special. So, yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I feel really lucky to be here and really lucky to be part of finals again. So, yeah, just want to get stuck into it now.
Oh, absolutely. The form of the rest of the group, the backs were terrific, but Tommy Hawkins tonight, I reckon he's at his absolute best when he's working right up the ground, not necessarily as an extra midfielder, but giving you that outlet always as a midfield.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when we attack a bit better, and at times we're guilty of making him do a lot of work, you know, 1-on-3 and that sort of stuff, and that probably goes a bit unnoticed. So when we attack like that, it makes his job a lot easier, and when he gets 1-on-1, he's a pretty hard man to beat, so try and get him those looks.
We'll go soak it in. I think you want to go and say thanks to all the fans, but well done tonight, mate. Sensational game. Thanks,
It certainly was, Lingy. So Geelong have only lost 7 games here at Simmons Stadium in the last 10 years. Only the Sydney Swans, apart from Geelong, have won here since 2015. And their enormous record continues. And as we've said, 8 times in 11 years, a top 2 finish for Geelong. And they look really ominous as we head towards the finals. And for GWS, a lot to think about, but time to recover, that's for sure. Joel Selwood hoping to be available for the first week of the finals. That man couldn't be in any better form as we roll towards the finals. Geelong, massive winners tonight. They finished second and they beat the Giants by 44 points.